Dear Donald Trump, I would like to take this time to thank you for your recent comments on your campaign trail. When it is all said and done, you will go down in history as a man who sparked a massive tidal wave of change and forced the people to rise up. A man who made a tough decision of using Mexican immigrants as a scapegoat in order to bring some facts to the light. The fact that we currently don't show up to the polls as we should. The fact that our numbers are strong yet our voice is not. The fact that brands, networks, and presidential hopefuls constantly flirt with our demographic with an insatiable predatory appetite. These culture vultures are on a mission to pillage riches greater than any conquistador ever has. The fact that we're too busy working for the American dream that we blindly give our hard-earned paychecks to companies that truly don't care about us. Thanks to you, we will be on high alert and more critical of those who court us. Thank you, Senor Trump. Most politicians think throwing in a little Espanol will get all the brown folk with an affinity for rice and beans running to the voting polls. But no, not you, Mr. Trump. You are smarter than the average bear. For the greater good and future of the Mexican community, you chose not to kiss our ass, but to offend us. Because nothing motivates Mexicans more than being offended. It's genius. You will be credited with changing us from people with no true leadership to a community that is ultra-organized and mobilized. Thank you, Donald. Joining the anti-immigrant, anti-Mexican agenda is a guarantee in easy votes. Easy votes for people who are facing hardships of a shrinking middle class, who don't know who to blame. America currently feels divided, so it is easy to sell voters a quick solution to all their problems. A solution packaged in a neat box, wrapped in ideology where Mexicans are the bad guys. People want to know who is standing in the way of their American dream. That way the problem can be eradicated, right? So most politicians end up picking on illegals that don't have a voice and don't have the right to vote in the first place. Sounds like a sure way to get desperate people to vote for you. The more misinformed, the better. But not you, Mr. Trump. You didn't say these things to get idiots to vote for you. You did it to help us. Your abrasive words will go down in Mexican folklore right next to Padre Miguel Hidalgo y el Grito de Dolores. Your abrasive words are a reminder that there are people in Washington who truly don't give a damn about us. Thank you for reminding us that we alone hold the power in our hands. All we have to do now is collectively stick up for one another, illegal or not. You, sir, may be the reason that brown folks get to the polls in record numbers from now on. You are an agent of change. Thank you. Your strategy was brilliant. You knew that besides a few threats from Latino networks and talking heads that you would walk away from this unscathed and get the shock value you wanted. You knew that all of your Mexican employees would show up to work the next day because they value their work and their family depends on their paycheck. After all, the reason we came here was to make an honest living and provide a brighter future for our families. Not showing up to work or quitting on your boss wasn't exactly part of the plan, no matter what he said on TV the day before. You knew that in order for brands to pull ad revenue away from your TV network affiliates, it would require a massive boycott. These are the kinds of boycotts that would require a lot of hard work, organization, and leadership. Organization that we have been lacking, but thanks to your statements, we are on the ball and mobilizing. We are at a crossroads and have been forced to look in the mirror and evaluate our current state as a community. We have been spread out from Seattle to Iowa to New York City, quietly keeping America running and beautiful. We have been working in the shadows, invisible, unappreciated, and easily dismissed. The Mexican diaspora has been disjointed in pockets across the U.S., earning an honest living, quietly, in fear of rocking the boat. Your statements have caused a deep thunder that is rippling from barrios in North Carolina to liberal Kansas to the offices in Silicon Valley. For too long, we have allowed the media to brand us as lazy rapists with diabetes. Maybe not all in one news story, but you get my point. Thanks to you, we are slowly lifting our noses from the grindstone and looking up at each other and realizing that it is now time. Our numbers are way too massive not to rise up and work together to even out the disparities in health numbers, voting numbers, economics, and the like. It's going to require that we look at ourselves first and address what needs to be fixed. Our agenda is to keep America moving forward, but also making sure that we have a seat at the table and not just in the kitchen. Our work begins today and the time is now. Thank you, Senor Trump, for your moving words. From the bottom of my brown heart, Chingo Bling. P.S. It's gonna going to require a ton of work, but hard work is our forte.